Hello, there we are. I think we're back. Yes, hello, welcome, we're back. Yes, I am sorry about that. Hopefully you can hear me now. Yes, it seems like when I left the computer last night, it decided to do an update. I should have checked because every time it does an update, the Windows switches off the microphones. Never mind, we're here. Right, I'll start all over again and tell you all about it again. Yes, welcome everybody. Yes, apart from having no sound, you know me now, but each time I press a button, something goes wrong. That's why I drink. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, we're back on. Yes. That's why I drink. Because I do live streams, that's why you've got to drink. But anyway, welcome. As I was saying before, I was sat around waiting for you all to come along before, and I couldn't see anybody. I could see there was plenty of people waiting, but there was nobody in chat. Not only did I have no sound, unknowing to me, I didn't have any people in chat either, because I was on the wrong chat. But here we are. Welcome to Wednesday night with Ted. Yeah, and everything goes wrong. Wednesday night, do not adjust your set. Ted's live. Well, it would be if the microphone worked. Yeah, don't forget you can support me on this channel. You could come along and join Patreon at Skipper Scale Models, that bit down there. If you go along to Patreon, or if you typed all that in, just Skipper. If you go along to Patreon and look for Skipper Scale Models, you can be a member of my jolly crew. Yeah, and you can come along and join me on my journey. Well, not my journey, but our journey. Join me on the cruise, become a part of the crew and help me along. Or otherwise, you can support me by using Super Chat, because you know these things like microphones and things. Yeah, I'm trying to improve the kit I've got. I've already got one TV screen monitor from the son, but he's moving house soon, and I think that's got to go back. So, well, yes, we're here. The drink tonight, I'll tell you about that in a moment when I've said hello to everybody. Right, yes, Ghost Rider was in. You were the first one. Yeah, you were the first one till I put it over into live chat. Then I think it swapped around. But yeah, Ghost Rider was in. William was in. Wendy. Good evening to you, Wendy. You were all sat nice and quietly, sat waiting in the corner for me to come along. Then I was in. Graham, William Rainbow, Sarah Jane. Good evening, Sarah. Eating bacon sarnies. So just viewing currently. Yep, bacon sarnies and Malibu. Yeah, any Malibu? Ghost Rider. Then there was no sound. Yeah, you could see all the hands working and things like that. John Paul says, how do you set up that Patreon? John, it's dead easy to do. I was a bit reluctant to set it all up first because I didn't know how it worked either. But then it's all self-explanatory really. Go along to Patreon. Just go along to patreon.com, type it into Google and it'll pop up, and then it'll lead you through it, how you can set it up and things like that. It's pretty easy to do. And I already have a few Patreons that are helping to support me, so yeah, welcome. I've got a couple of crew members. I think I've got a boatswain's mate, and I think I've got an admiral as well. So yeah, brilliant. And yeah, what you do get by joining my Patreon is that when I do some behind the scenes work, or I'm going to be doing some behind the scenes sort of stuff as I build the Titanic, so you'll get a look at that. That'll be Patreon only stuff, and also you'll get first view of any videos that I put out. I'll put them up for a week, so you can have first view of those ad free, so you don't get messed about and interrupted by all the adverts and things like that. So yes, so that's what that's all about. Then I'll be right back. Windows has done an update. Yeah, Luke, yeah, run silent, run deep. Yeah, it was all artistic dance and mime. Pete Rogers, Kited, how are you all? Yeah, Festus 67 Workshop is on Facebook, so you can contact him. Or John, Paul, if you want to drop me a line at Skipper Scale Models, or message under here, how I get in touch with you. Yeah, I'll help you can get you can do it. Then we got sound better. Edward Leonard, I could hear me. Where we? Yep, yes, yeah, Paul, yeah, Peter. It was Silent Hunter. I don't know if I don't do Facebook. Don't know if part of the models crew. So contact me on Fox or the Model Maker Guru. Yes, Sarah, you can contact me and I'll help him through that. Or at least have a drink. Yes, I do have a drink. More on that in a minute. Your journey, Ted. Your computer hiccups are doing. Don't blame us. Okay. Yeah, the drink tonight. The drink of choice tonight is a single malt because it's Wednesday night and I don't have work tomorrow. I had work last week, so I didn't take any on. So what have we got tonight? Well, tonight we have Talisker Sky. It's a single malt from the shores of the Isle of Skye. It's from the oldest working distillery on the Isle of Skye, on the shores of Loch Harport, apparently. Dramatic views of the Cullins, producing an alluring, sweet, full-bodied single malt. It's easy to enjoy, and it's the website itself, like Skye itself, so hard to leave. Now, I've only ever been to Skye once in my life before, and that was when I was a wee boy, and I wasn't drinking whiskey then. I think I was just drinking milk, but never mind. I do remember it as being a long drive over, and then we had to get the ferry over because there was no bridge then, but it was actually a very nice island itself. Now then, Talisker Sky itself, yeah, it's a very golden coloured whiskey, a bright, yeah, a really 18 karat gold shine to that. Now then, it's really a quite smoky. Not too smoky, not as smoky as get some of the Islay malts, but it's got stewed apple, and there's some treacle toffee. I can smell treacle toffee in there. There is a hint of smoke. I'm just sniffing it for you. There is a hint of smoke, and right. How does it taste? Right. Well, it's really punchy. It comes with it. Yeah, you can taste black pepper. Yeah. Let's. Yeah, I can taste it. Yeah, there's a real punch of black pepper. There's a very light smokiness, but there is a hint, not a hint, a hit of saltiness, of brine in the background. That's really quite nice. It mellows off a bit. It's for drinking, says Sarah, not for sniffing. Exactly. Yeah, and it mellows. It does mellow. It's quite short. It doesn't linger, but it does leave that smoky, a light smoky and a very salty taste. And what we usually do to make it last the night, I put a drop of water in it. This is filtered water, by the way, so it's not coming straight. It's out the tap, but it's filtered. So really nice to add a drop of water to it. It just makes it nice and long. Oh yeah, that does open it up. You can get You can get the smokiness, you can get the salts, you can get the oranges. There's definitely a black pepper in there as well. So Talisk, I can't even say it, I've only had a drop. Right, Talisk, yeah, this one, really nice. Available in most of your supermarkets, certainly available on Amazon. But yes, very enjoyable, and the aroma is lovely. I should just leave it there on the side of my bench while we get on with the rest of the night's events. So there we are. If you fancy something of a nice introduction to a whiskey that's really nice and smooth, so go and have a go. My mark's out of 10. I think for a nice beginner's whiskey, that is definitely a 10 out of 10. So that's good. Yes. Right. That's the whiskey tasting done. Yeah. And we can get on now with the tank boat. Now then, as I left you last week, I left you and we'd finished it really. Then over the last couple of nights, I have been busy because the tank boat is no longer grey, but it looks like that. Yeah. Now, these colours that I chose for this, it does say in here, I went for this colour scheme. And now, when you look at it, it looks blue. But then, when you look at it again in another light, it looks grey. And I couldn't decide what colours to do it. So, as I said, what I was thinking of doing was picking some colours from the U-boat. This is the colour set that I used. It's the Kriegsmarine U-boat Waffe German Navy set World War II, and there's some nice matching colours in here. I used two colours, the camouflage series UA 607 German Kriegsmarine Schiffsbodenfarbe Grau 2. Schiffsbodenfarbe Grau 2. That's it, yes. And the other one was German Kriegsmarine, Deutsche Kriegsmarine 23, Schiffsbodenfarbe Grau 3. So that's them. One's a light grey and one's a darker grey. But that's that. The colours of it, I was debating. I kept looking at, I kept spraying it, and then thinking, they don't look right. And then you put it down. It's really strange, this colour. It's worth getting some just to try it, because you put it on and it's grey. Then you leave it for a little bit and it goes blue. And then you look at it again and it's grey. And then it's green. It's really weird. What I did think was the colours on the call out look different to the colours on the box. So, and these colours on the box look very much like the colour I've sprayed it. Yeah. So that's how I've done that. So we have nearly finished. So I think tonight we're going to have a look at making lots of noise. We'll look at putting some tracks on it. These I'll just go with the rubber band tracks because I don't actually know if there's any metal tracks available for this. But if there are, I might change them in due course. So we'll look at putting some of these on tonight, hopefully. And we'll look at getting the rest of it finished. Because I think tonight we could actually be looking at maybe calling it the last episode of the series for the Land-Wasser-Schlepper. Okay, we could do some weathering. We'll see how we get on. But what I am going to do is take out these window masks, because the kit itself, as you know, if you've been following, it does have a set of window masks included. Now if we take these off, I think it might make a great difference to it. So here we go. We'll take these off because I like this bit. Whenever I do any masking, I just love I just love taking masking tape off. It's like Christmas. Mark says, have we got a puppy yet? Haven't got a puppy yet. I keep meaning to get a puppy. I just haven't got round to getting one. But I think what we'll do, what we don't finish tonight, rather than getting bored with this kit, we'll move on to the next, or we'll just shelve it for a little bit and then we'll bring it back in one of those times when we're maybe a little bit short of something to do. We can bring it back and do some more work on it, because as you know, models are never finished. Yeah, you put them on your bench, you put them on your shelf thinking, I'll get that finished. So yeah, it looks good. It looks pretty good already, just with a couple of windows open, unmasked. So we'll get these off. These are dead easy to apply. They're just paper masks. They come on, well, you've saw it. They come on a sheet, easy to stick on. I will get a puppy for it, and I see that Chris is in tonight. Hi Chris, welcome. Sorry I didn't get along for your stream earlier, but I've seen Chris's diorama of a shoreline. I thought I quite liked the idea. I might actually do. Looks like we've got a little bit of a bleed just under that mask. Never mind, we can sort it out. We can weather it. There's one thing about not doing shiny cars. If something goes wrong, it's just a little accident that we can weather. So yeah, I was thinking I might do a little shoreline diorama. When I work out where to put it, the diorama that is, and what I'm going to do, I might just do. And so the tank boat, we might do a little reprise with it. So it seems like ages. I know it was. I was on the tubes on Monday night with Chris and Fox and Colin and all the rest, but it seems like ages since I was on last, but it was only last week. Colin's in. Hi Colin, welcome. Hope you're well. Bacon sandwich consumed, says Sarah Jane. Had a good day, so she treated herself. What, 2 bacon sandwiches? Hi folks in Chatland. Yes, says Colin. Hi folks. Hi everyone. So, and yes, as I said last week, you may note here, there is a little rear view mirror. Little view mirror. You may notice this side, it's missing. Didn't I promise last week that there would be one missing by this week? I think if I was to do this again, or I think in fact if I was to do any vehicles again with wing mirrors, I'll leave them off until the very, very last, because you put it down, you put the model down, I think, oh, I'll just have a go at that, and your hand goes in and yes. Bacon sarnies only come in pairs. Of course they do, Sarah. Yes, they have to. Yes. You can't just do one bacon sarnie. You have to have two. So I do know that the wing mirror is around here somewhere, because I picked it up and looked at it yesterday, and today I can't find it. So it's not far away. But yes, I did promise that it would be missing by this week, and it is. Right, so that's that done. Now I would have liked to have shown you all how to do the spray painting and things like that. Yeah, well, not showing you, because you guys are all experts as well as me. I would have liked you to have joined in and seen me spraying this, but yeah, it was awful. Because it looks good from that. Yeah, yes, it looks all right, but I am terrible at freehanding camouflage. Yeah, I admit, yes, I am terrible at freehanding camouflage. I had to use, I wouldn't be able to make up any camouflage scheme myself, because I just don't seem to have the dexterity to do it. So I sort of followed the general outline of the plan to get this far, and then because I airbrushed it, it wasn't hard edged like the plan is, but I think it looks all right like that. I don't think it would have been hard edged anyway, because these guys in the field or the beach would have probably done it themselves with an airbrush, but it looks all right. Right, so what we're going to do, let's have a look. Yeah, tracks. Yeah, we need to get these tracks on. I just want to see how they fit first, so we can take the lid off. I just want to see how they fit, and then I can decide as whether or not I need to paint them on the vehicle or off the vehicle. They fit quite well, I think. Do they? Yes, I haven't checked whether it's the right way around for the track either. I just want a general idea of how they fit, and then it'll give me an indication of whether or not to fit them and paint them. I can't, yes, I don't need to overstretch them, so if I paint them, most of the paint isn't going to fall off as I stretch. Then it will be a little drop of super glue just on top of the return, rollers, just to hold them down so it doesn't look stupid with tracks or heavy steel tracks in midair like that. So we'll do them. Sarah says, Ted, have I sorted the rope for the side of the boat? Yes, I have. I don't know if you caught it last week, Sarah. I've got some of this. Yeah, I've got some hemp style rope from work. It's a little bit hairy just at the moment. What I'm thinking of doing is I've got some what have I got? I've got some beeswax that what I should do, I'll run it over the rope and see if it takes the hairiness out of it, and then this should go around here. Probably glue it on, I would think. I need to take the wobbliness out of it, so a bit of winding and unwinding will take. You see how it's being coiled, so it's got that waviness about it. So that's what I'll do, and then that should look quite nicely around there. It should do quite nicely, and maybe a little bit at the front, but I've got to work it out. I've got to work out how to fix it. I've certainly got to find my beeswax to take the hairiness off. It's a bit like when you're doing rigging on boats. This is the same problem. This is the same problem of that you'd have if you're doing rigging on the boats and you use cotton. If you use sewing cotton or anything like that when you're doing rigging, say you're doing a sailing ship, if you use cotton, it becomes all hairy. So yeah, see the hairs? Yeah, it's not like that. So you need a beeswax to dumb all that down. Right, we'll get that out of the way, and we'll have a look at painting some tracks tonight. Wobbly tracks. These do go on. There will be a left and a right track. Well, the two tracks are the same, but they'll need to go on the right way around. So let's find something to paint with. First of all, ow! I'm just under the bench. Right, let's get some. It's one of the days today. So we'll need some track primer, and we'll need a little cup of painting, and this will demonstrate that you can paint vinyl tracks, because you can. And you can also apply primer paints. Watch it make a layer of me now and peel off, or but you can apply what you want. You want a stabby brush, because it's gonna be quite hard on your brush to get all this in. What I've got is MIG track primer. I use it on all my tracks. I think you saw I use it on the Baneblade. So we'll do this. So while I'm doing this, let's have a chat. What's everybody else building at the moment then? What are you on with? This week, as I said on Monday night, I've got Skylar staying with us. So I've been doing a bit of homeschooling. Any use lot out there? Any helpful hints and tips? Have you got kids that you've got to homeschool? Because it's like hard work, because it's fractions and things like that. I haven't done fractions since I was at school. So Yeah, so we've done fractions. We've built a mountain in geography using card, papier mâché, and paper mâché. Yeah, but it involves lots of glue and lots of torn up newspapers and lots of mess. Because we had to build the Rocky Mountains, so yeah, it's a bit difficult as well having Grandad who's a model enthusiast, and everything has to be like in the right scale and the right colour. And Skylar just wants to paint everything, but yeah, we get there. We got there. Oh, we're getting there. It's a little bit at a time. I'm just trying to think at the moment what I could use to depict a forest. A forest in something like 1/25,000 scale. Sarah's just finished a jigsaw. Only 1,000 pieces, but a bit of a stinker to do. I have seen a jigsaw, Sarah, where it's just like this. It's just a white piece of paper. Which is larger, 5/16 to 3/8? 3/8. I'll go with 3/8. Yeah, I could never get that. I came around into life at the start. Well, wasn't exactly the start of metrication. Metrication, is that a word? But I wasn't at school. I wasn't working when inches and imperial was a thing, so I never learnt about inches and 1/8 of an inches and 3/4 of an inch and 7/16, because it was easier when I got to work just to say, can I have 4mm have a 4mm thick steel bar, please? Yeah, you've got stores and yeah. Do you want that 3/16 instead? I've only got 3/16. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So yeah, so Sarah says she likes doing jigsaws. It takes your mind off things. Yeah, you don't have to think about it. You can only think about doing the jigsaw, can't you? You can't think of anything else. So yes, they are a good idea. I was correct apparently. Thank you, Graham. Yeah, so 3/8 was the bigger. Sarah's 3,000 piece jigsaw of just baked beans, double-sided jigsaw. Oh, yeah, that's going to take some doing. I wonder, yeah, would that make you feel like eating beans during the build? There, I can guarantee you won't be able to see any difference in this, but let's see if we can do a comparison. No, we can't. Can we? No. But I am painting this, I promise. At least when it's, because it's dark and black, you won't notice if you miss any bits. So when we do the dry brushing after, we'll do some dry brushing with a metal just to fetch out the steel work in the tracks. Sarah just managed to work out the old money. Yeah, pounds, shillings and pence, threepenny bits and things like that. And then decimalisation came along. Yeah. Do you remember the ready reckoners? Every shop like had a poster with a ready reckoner, or you could, or you got a little thing to go in your purse or your wallet that told you what 10 pence was, like it was 2 shilling. That, you know, so you didn't think you were getting done. And everything was like 19.5p. Where half a pence? Where does that come from? Who thought of the half a pence? Sarah said it's coming along nice, Ted, but I can't see the difference. So she won't. Yep. You can't see the difference. There is a difference. Yeah, all this. Yeah, I haven't just painted the paper. I painted the track underneath it, and it does dry quite well. Let's see if we can see a subtle difference. Subtle difference. Yeah, you could just see the subtle difference because that's brown and that isn't. John Paul's granddad used to draw pictures for a puzzle company. Oh. Hi, Lynn. Lynn's in. Lynn from t'other side of Bond. How's the snow over there, Lynn? Any snow? Everybody down south has had snow, and us northerners haven't had any. So yeah, they're getting a bit of what we are used to. Yes. Yeah, all the people down south has got to put the big coat on. Yeah, we've not had any snow. It's been, in fact, it's been quite a balmy sunny day today. Mrs. Ted's had the washing out while I've been homeschooling. Tomorrow I think we've got algebra. I better move that out of the way before I put paint on it. Let's do this next one. Doesn't take long to do this. As you can see, the reason why you need a scrubby brush, you need an old brush so you can just scrub it into the track. Half P used to get you blackjack and fruit salads. I didn't like blackjacks because it was licorice, but fruit salads, oh yeah. And do you remember the bubble gum that you used to get? It was really rolled. It was like just a flat slab of bubble gum, but you had like you'd have cards, collectible cards in them. I think that they were at half P as well. I can't remember what they used to collect it. It wasn't footballers because I was never into football, or was it? But yeah, and the smell of it, the smell of that bubble gum, was fantastic. There was Jubblies, that was the thick round bubble gum. I think you unwrap them and there was a cartoon strip on the inside of the wrapper. Do you remember them? Lord High Bobbin says that we need a shark mouth. It does need a shark mouth. Yes. I did look for a shark mouth. I can't find a shark mouth. If anybody's got a shark mouth out there, I'll put a shark mouth on it. Sarah said she hadn't had snow. Yes, Lord, I've already just. It's like 30 below zero here. John Paul, oh, that's cold. Half piece. The half P used to get 4 here of bunches. Not easy for a 9-year-old learning both systems when you worked in a shop. Yeah, because all the old folk would still want to buy everything in pounds and shillings. That'll be 42 pence, please. How much is that in real money, love? Yeah, they'd never give up, would they? Yeah, because there was a bit of a changeover where you could pay in both currencies. I know it did happen fairly quick, the changeover. I can sort of just remember it, because I do remember going to the shop with a threepenny bit. With the little gold coins, the same colour as a pound coin, but had lots of edges on them. And I remember dropping my threepenny bit down the drain and lost it. I was mortified, because threepence was a lot of money in them days. Could get you a lot. Yeah. Bag of kale and a licorice stick to dip in the kale. Ted Stream says Mayhem Model Works. YouTube fails miserably. Notification in 45 minutes late. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, could always run back, but don't do it yet. Wait until we're finished. Then run back and catch up. Good Abend, here Ted, Scotland calling, and here we have the results of the poll covering models made by Skipper Skate Models. Good evening, Athol. Yeah, I see what you did there. Yep. Eurovision. Hello, Athens calling. Hello. Yeah. Are the results of the poll for the Eurovision? Oh, I worked on the farm for 40p an hour, did 10 hours. Yep. Yeah, a lot of money. It was a lot of money. You watch Arkwright, you watch Open All Hours, and you see things like, it's got like adverts in the shop, hasn't it, for shampoo, 9p. 9p for a sachet of shampoo was the other. Space 1999 and Planet of the Apes, and a tattoo cards with bubble gum, and you play flicks up against the wall. And the other thing that was on them cards as well was Captain Scarlet. I've just remembered that. You could collect all the Captain Scarlets. Captain Scarlet, doom, 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 doom. This is the voice of the Mysterons. You know you can hear us. Yeah, brilliant shows. Kids don't know what they're missing. Felice, good evening. I'll chat about the weather at the moment. Yeah, us in England, we have, warnings of traffic disruption as an inch of snow is forecast. So that's that side. I haven't done the inside of this one yet. I've done the inside of that one. So there's all this paint. I love watching Open All Hours reruns, and the same goes for Space 1999. I've watched Forces TV is quite good for that, isn't it? The reruns of the old shows. Open All Hours is I think it's UK Gold at the moment. It's rerunning on there. Arkwright. Yeah, so, some comedy, that and Dad's Army. That sort of comedy. It doesn't age. It's well written, and the comedy is so unoffensive and undated. It still works today. What else is rerunning? Yeah, they're rerunning the Good Life. I think that's on about it. It's third run this week. Thing is, you know them all, but you know all the episodes more or less off by heart, but you still watch them. Now, Granville, don't try pulling that. Yeah, Granville. Back in the 1060s, we used to try and build a two scale size of the Beatles, and had to buy bubble gum to get the cards. Yeah. Some of the cards were, if I remember rightly, it's going back to what Jane's doing. Jigsaws, weren't they? You had to keep buying the jigsaw, the bubble gum, to get the next part of the jigsaw. That was it. That was something that they did for Captain Scarlet. Yeah, I think it was one of my favourite shows when I was a kid, was Captain Scarlet. Just loved it. Brilliant. That and Thunderbirds. The original Thunderbirds. None of this CGI, computer driven stuff. Yeah, proper puppets. What was it called? What was a puppet? What was it called? The guy that wrote Thunderbirds. Joe 90, yeah, back, yeah, the same guy. What was it called? Jerry Anderson. That was him. Yeah, man with a futuristic mind. Because half of the vehicles, well, the majority of the vehicles that he thought about or invented sort of really do exist now. Jerry Anderson, that's him. Yeah, Dandy and Beano. That was it. Yeah, they were two great comics. You had to have both, didn't you? I don't know. I don't even know if they came from the same printers, but the Dandy and Beano. That, I think, it was in one of those comics that inspired me, I think, or in future years, to go on and build radio controlled boats. It was it Major Tom or something like that? It was the little kid that had the radio controlled army. It's horrendous seeing stuff we had and what it's worth now. Even worse when I saw my push bike in Brooklyn Museum. Yes, it happens, doesn't it? You'd see these things on the TV, and antiques like shows and things like that. You think, oh yeah, I had one of them. Yeah, a new one today would cost you in the region of £2,000. Yeah. Oh, Captain Scarlet, Joe 90, Captain Scarlet, Thunderbirds, Terrorhawks. I can't remember Terrorhawks. Stingray, I can't remember. Anything can happen in the next half hour. The only place we could buy records was Woolies. Woolies, yes, Woolies with the pick and mix, and also that's where you could buy your first models from, wasn't it? Remember the frog models, or even the Airfix models that came in a plastic bag, with a card label across the top, just hung on a hanger. Sarah grew up on Thunderbirds, never betted, and I'm unanimous in that. Yes, unanimous. Mrs. Slocum, yeah. Thunderbirds, brilliant. Jerry Anderson was ex-RAF and could not get a job as a set designer, so did his own thing. Oh, that's interesting to know. I'll have it, yeah. If you didn't know, it's Talisker Sky tonight. Bash Street Kids, that was a good one. That was in, I'm taking a guess, but I think Bash Street Kids was the Beano, wasn't it? And then if you're really good at Christmas, Father Christmas would fetch you the annuals, and they were good because they had extra stories and competitions and quizzes and things in them. Yeah, you could get get the annual. Boots sold them as well. A toy shop, strangely. Oh, right, I didn't know that. Fireball XL5. Fireball, yes. Jerry Anderson never wanted to work with puppets, never liked them. Well, he certainly made a decent living out of it. Some others do have them. That was a good one at the time. What do you call him? The actor in it. He did all his own stunts as well. Sort of hanging from church spires and hanging over the cliff on the back of a Morris Minor. Yeah, he's doing all his own stunts. What do you call him? Can't remember his name. Keeping up appearances. Hyacinth Bouquet. I used to have the Blue Peter annual. Oh, very posh. Yeah. Beep and Booster used to be in the Blue Peter annual. See, I know, because I was posh too. Yeah, that was the annuals that used to show you all the makes and how-tos. Let's make something for Christmas, and pictures of the team. Yeah. Both published in Dundee, but by DC Thompson. Yeah, that was the comics. I think isn't there a museum to it in Dundee? The said comics. I think even they're still there. On the buses, yeah, that really spanned quite a few years, didn't it? On the buses, started in black and white, ended up in colour. Was a few spin-off films as well. It was like most of the comic shows of sitcoms of the time. They sort of tried to have spin-off films and things like that. Oh, where else? So just looking at the chat. Michael Crawford, that was him. Thank you, Sarah. Ghost Rider came in as well. Michael Crawford, that's him. I used to get Our Willie and the Bruins. Yeah, they were in the Sunday Post, wasn't it? Our Willie. I'm not sure about the Bruins. Wasn't that in the newspaper as well? They were more for the Scottish audience. Yeah, the Bruins. It was even written in Scots, so I could never understand what they were saying. Yeah, but I did read. Yeah, it was Sunday Post, wasn't it? With Our Willie. Even the text was in a Scottish accent. a broad Scottish accent as well, so even reading it you couldn't understand what they were saying. Actually has some of the first Warlord to come back. Yeah, if you're now onto DC Comics, I was never into them. I didn't really grasp them now. I think they were too futuristic as such, as too fantasy. It's probably why I'm not really into that sort of thing today. It was never my thing. They were in the Sunday Post on their facing pages. All right. My dad used to get, on a Sunday, used to go out for the News of the World, which at that time was a huge tabloid. No, not tabloid, a huge spreadsheet. Broadsheet, that's the word. I'll get there in the end. Before it became a tabloid, it was huge, and he used to come back with that and the Sunday Post. And I just read the cartoons in the Sunday Post, because the News of the World was too big to read. So there, I think we've, even that short of time, we've done some of the track, and I think it's even dry enough now where we can get and do some dry brushing. Then you'll be able to see what goes on. So was there any other newspapers then that had cartoon strips in? I remember, no I don't remember, I think it was the Sun or the Star used to have a cartoon strip. One of them had a cartoon strip about somebody in the Foreign Legion. Can't think of that one. Can't think of that is. What are we looking for? Yeah, be with you in a minute when I can sort things out. Just looking to clean this brush before it goes hard, because I always forget to clean brushes. What are we doing now? Looking for some dry brushing. What have we got? We have steel. We have some AK metallic steel, which we'll do some dry brushing with when we can find a scrubby dry brushing brush. Medium dry brush, that'll do. Let's have a look back in chat while I shake this paint up. We want a piece of cloth as well. That's it. So we'll do that. So obviously we've got some fans from Kids TV with us. Yeah, always good. I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm afraid. CBeebies and such just doesn't do the same anymore. Well, I've just had a look at the viewers, and we've got far more people out there in viewing land than we have in the chat, wherever the chat is. Yeah. So if you are watching this, in viewing land, because I've once again popped up unannounced in your viewing streams. Do come and say hi. Yeah, come say hi. Let us know where you're from and things like that, and what you enjoy. Don't forget if you're liking the stream, down here somewhere, if you're watching on YouTube, there's the thumbs up button. Super chat is at the bottom of chat. But yeah, do like it. If you are liking it, let me know. If you're not liking it, yeah, drop me a line, tell me why you're not liking it, and I'll try and change for the better. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and if you like what I do, yep, give us a thumbs up. Alright. Bring back Grange Hill as a rerun, says Athel. Grange Hill, yeah, that was alright. I did used to watch it. I think, yeah, it was around when I was a kid. Well, not a kid, but at school. Yeah, I think the earlier episodes of Grange Hill were good. It's just when it got a little bit further on and they tried tackling all issues of the day and things like that, you think, oh well, yeah, it's not fun anymore, because it's not an escape. When it became too serious, then yeah, I don't disagree that TV shows for kids shouldn't tackle issues of the time, but sometimes you just want that release, don't you? You just want that bit of escapism. So yeah, what I'm doing here, I'm just going across this with some steel just to give this some dry brushing, but by the time we get it on, and then I won't weather it until I've got it on, because once you start putting the weathering on it, that's when it does start falling apart when you put vinyl tracks on, if they're pre-weathered. So what I'm doing, I'm just highlighting the tank tracks, the grips, the parts that contact the road, with some steel, because tracks on a tank, on a vehicle that's being used in use, tracks won't go rusty because it'll just keep getting worn off. They'll go dirty and they'll catch muck and things like that, but generally, unless they've been stood around for weeks and months, they won't go rusty. Never watched Grange Hill, says Sarah. Bet you watched Biker Grove. No, I didn't watch that. Pete Rogers, when I was a paperboy, I used to read Hagar the Horrid. George and Lynn in the Sun would draw stockings and cleavage on. Sorry if that was anyone's paper. Yeah, I was a paper lad too. Yeah, used to read the papers or the cartoon strips or the magazines before you delivered them. Perks of being a paper lad. Oh, please sir, with what's his face? What was it called? I can see his face now. Oh, what was it called? Come on, what was it called? What was it called? The character that played the teacher in Please Sir? John Alderton? Was that something like that? Quick Paul, says Sarah. Yeah, okay, Quick Paul, Magic Roundabout character. What was your favourite Magic Roundabout character? Mine was Dougal. Yeah, because I was innocent. I didn't understand Dylan. Yeah. Uh, if you don't agree, you're wrong. Yeah, sorry, I didn't understand Dylan because I was young and naive. I didn't know what it was about. Mind you, when you look back at it, the whole programme was off its head. Hagar was brill. Skull, skull, skull. I do remember Hagar the Horrid. And there was the other one, wasn't there? There was, I think it was serialising one that was the Asterix the Gaul. I know it was a particular. I think it was French, wasn't it? It was French. It was a French production or published, and more famous over there than it was over here. But it was a bit of a cult. Mayhem like Zebedee. Lynn says she loves the camel. Thanks, Lynn. I'll put it together so anybody that comes in could see it. There it is. Yeah. I was hoping to get on with it today, but it looks like by the time I've done these tracks tonight, we may be all right and carry on next week for some more on this. And then I'll probably introduce the next model or the next build to keep us going for some more Wednesday nights. That's if you still want me to go on come back on a Wednesday night. I remember the Sunday Mail in Scotland had a comic page with 5 or 6. It did, yes. There wasn't just the Bruins or what was it? Ura Willie. There was a few strips, wasn't there? I used to enjoy the herb garden with Hector's house. Yeah, that was a bit surreal as well, Pete. Yeah, I do remember that. I always remember it because going back to the paper round, I used to deliver to a house called Hector's house. So the programme always stuck. Asterix was great. Pete Roger. Yeah, somebody else remembers Asterix the Gaul. Herb Garden, Herbalicious. Dill the dog. Yeah, I'm Dill the dog. I'm a dog called Dill. See, remember all the songs. Sage the Owl. Yes. Oh, yeah. Taking me back. Yeah. Going back in time. Asterix was most definitely French. Henry was the artist. Hervé, yeah. Hervé was the artist. His hometown is 50 kilometres from me, says Graham. They were a massive comic con for him every year. Yeah, I knew he was big over there in France. Hershey, I can't remember how to pronounce it. Hershey. Way back when it was Bill and Ben. Yeah, Bill and Ben. Oh yeah, I brought up in Bill and Ben and Andy Pandy. Yeah, that was when we were really young. Yeah, cool. That is going back some. Black and white TV, watch with mother. That was when the telly sort of like shut down at dinner time, didn't it? Put the test card on. 3 channels. No, there was maybe wasn't even 3 channels. Certainly wasn't 4. I'm a very, very lion called parsley. Yeah, a weed. Yeah. Hershey's Adventures of Tintin. Ah, that's him. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. tracks do take forever to do, because you just get one side done, then you've got to turn it over and you've got to do all the horns on the back, because they will get rubbed off as well. You can do, say, but you can go between, you can do the horns, which are these two bits on either side here, and then you can run between them and just dry brush in between them where the wheels would rub. Now I'm thinking the weathering of this is a little bit of rust, because it's going to be in salt water, or yeah, splashing around in salt water, so things would get rusty. And probably put some sand on it, just because it's on the beach, and then some salt stains, and a little bit of a wash for a greeny type algae. You're going to remember that these would be treated very much like a tank. Yeah, they'd be used and abused, but they would be looked after, because you wouldn't want them breaking down when you were at sea. So yeah, they're not going to be floating wrecks. We only had BBC at first, says John McNunn. Hi John. Then STV, Scottish TV. I can't, you know, I honestly can't remember what channels we had, or what Mum and Dad used to watch, because they were in control of the TV button, and I was just a kid and watched whatever was on the telly. Flobolob. Oh, what was Flobolob? Oh yeah, it was Bill and Ben. Anglian TV. We had a mixture. I don't think we had any what was our northern TV? I can't remember. I know that we watched Thames, you know, where the skyline of London came up. We were the first family to have colour TV in the streets, so became very popular. Okay. But everybody just happened to pop round when Coronation Street was on, just so they could watch Coronation Street in colour. God. Bo Peep that was him. Thanks, Pete. Yes, Bo Peep in The Sun, wasn't it? Yeah, he was a legionnaire. The inept legionnaire. He had a sidekick, didn't he? But yeah, that was him. Bo Peep. The Clangers, which Duddy said in. Yeah, the Clangers are back on now. They're on children's TV. The Clangers, but it's all computer generated now, so it's not quite the same. But yeah, you know you were addicted to the Clangers when you could understand them. You knew what they were saying. Yeah, that got really bad. What do I do with all the finished? What do I do? What do you do with all old finished models that you no longer display? That's Philly. Well, for me personally, I don't know what everybody else does. For me personally, I haven't got any old ones that I no longer display, because I don't really have that many on display. The ones that get built for E-models, they go back, and the ones that I do have sort of tend to hang around for quite a while, and then eventually, as they maybe get broken, or I don't ever tire of them, I just, I think they just get broken. Once if they get broken, I don't attempt to repair them. But then they sort of, I think they get put to the back of the shelf, and then eventually when I have a sort out, I think, that's had it. It'll just disappear. Sarah puts hers in a box in the loft. People laugh at her, saying it's a daft hobby. It's not daft at all, Sarah. Yeah, whenever anybody asks if I have any hobbies, I tell them that I'm a miniaturist, because that sort of puts them on the back foot then. Because they then, a miniature, oh right, it sounds more important. I build more. Yeah, I'm a model maker. Yeah, I just tell them I'm a miniaturist, because then they're a bit more intrigued. Then they say, oh really, what's that? Well, I build things in miniature. But if you tell them that I build model airplanes, yeah, it doesn't sound quite the same. So yeah, if anybody asks, yeah, tell them you're a miniaturist. Sorry, Ted got mixed up with Tintin by Hergé, who was Belgian, but he celebrated the Comcon. Asterix is 100% French. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was French. Yeah, but this Talisker Sky is nice. Yeah, put some water in it, really smooths it out, and you get. It's not really smoky, but you get that savoury, you get the hit of pepper and salt in the back. It says it's distilled on the shores of one of the locks, and you can certainly smell, you could certainly taste, yeah, that the brine. Gorgeous. Phil Lewis, good evening to you. Hi Phil, late to the party. Never mind. I'll hang on it. I'll hang on an extra 5 minutes for you. Let you get your money's worth. Yeah, it's no use getting a ticket and joining, coming in just for me to say goodbye. Yes, I'll get this track done. I told the counsellor that when I built a new model, the oldest joins the others in the box in the loft, never to be seen again. Try eBay, Sarah. You never know. Make yourself a couple of quid to go towards a new model. Somebody out there will want them. And if they're just sat in a box in the loft, well, why not? Even if you make a couple of quid for a model, it's if it's only sat in the loft. And when you see what is for sale on eBay, and you think, cracky, do you want that much for that? Phil says he finds Talisker Sky quite pungent. Yeah, everybody's got their own taste. I do actually quite like it. It's a real smooth, rather sweet. What I was going to say, whiskey, but yeah. Derek Geiler played the caretaker in Police, yes. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I remember Derek Geiler. Yeah, that's a name you don't hear much of. Sarah could never bring herself to sell them. Go for it, Sarah. If they just sat in a box, try it. And then buy some more. Think of it as your model fund. And Phil Lewis says it's right there next to him. I take it you mean Talisk guy. Slantia. You new to the joys of single malts? Yes. I pretty much am myself. I think it's only really been this last year or so that I've just got into them myself. I was never one for drinking single malts because I used to find them like firewater. But I think my tastes have changed. As you know, I do quite partial to a gin. But somebody suggested, first of all, they said try a Jura. So I tried that, and then Dad, Scaly Models, sent me along a bottle of Highland Park, and it really took off from there. I think Talisker Sky was my next one along the line, and I quite liked it because it wasn't really peaty. It's quite sweet. Well, not sweet. Sweet in its own way, but it has it's got such a mellow taste. But since then, my tastes have gone more towards the peaty ones, the Islays and the Spearsides, and I'm quite enjoying the journey exploring them. And they're always a good idea when somebody says, "What do you want for Christmas?" Buy me a bottle of whiskey. You never stuck for ideas because people always say, "Oh, should I buy you something for your models?" I never know what I want because I buy things for modelling as I need it. So yeah, it's always a good fallback. Buy me a whiskey. I have Juras, Phil. Yeah, it is very nice Jura. I'd like to try some of the other Juras as well. There's Jura Journey, obviously it's the one I've got, and there's a couple of others that they do as well. I'd like to try the range of them. So once I've I think what I need to get rid of bottle, then buy a new bottle in. The Jura I've got's nearly gone, so I'll buy another one. John Paul doesn't watch TV, just streams all the shows. He's been doing it for 20 years now. I think that's the way to go now. Yeah, because the days of saying there's nought on the telly, have gone. There's always something somewhere that you'll find worth watching. Even me doing live streams, it's good. Hi Bobbins, finished his model, lovely decals, nice paint job, put it on the shelf and knocked it off. Swore a lot. I bet you did. Just going down. Try any of the Aberlour single malts. I've got one of them downstairs. They're really easy to drink, never harsh or sour. Highly recommend it. I've got one of them downstairs, Graham. I might have that one next week. Yeah, I took that away with me. That's the one. That's the drink of choice when I go away in the motorhome. I put a bottle of that in the cupboard because it's always nice. Just as a supping drink, just nice and smooth. So yeah, I might do that one next week. Porridge was a great programme, but it was only a couple of years ago I realised that the judge passed sentence is Ronnie Barker. Yeah, it's brilliant. Ronnie Barker, he was a brilliant actor. The two Ronnies really showed what sort of a professional comedian he was. Some of the sketches and things that they used to write and perform, and some of his sketches where he got all the words all mixed up and things like that. Yeah, a real character, real professional. Any in particular I'd recommend? Bunnahabhain. There's a few of them, but I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, it's got a funny name, Bunnahabhain or something like that. It comes in a mauve type box, type colour. I've got one downstairs. Not that particular one, but that is a really nice, smooth. I don't think it's particularly smoky either. So if you just want a smooth whiskey, Bunnahabhain. Don't ask me how you spell it, but that's quite a nice one. I will be showing that one in the tasting notes at the start of the show. I'll be doing that one as well. Yeah, Ronnie Barker was excellent at timing. Yes, that was one of it. Yeah, the two Ronnies, brilliant. Yeah, excellent shows, Christmas shows. Yeah, after you had your dinner and you'd watch the Queen. Yeah, two Ronnies Christmas show. And we'll do the inside of this track, and there's not much more to do tonight. I was thinking that tonight I wouldn't have anything to do, but it seems like I've just been doing this track, but we've been having a bit of a chat, which is what we like, and it still leaves us with a bit of scope to do some more next week. Let's put this one on. Now that track I think goes that way around, so it will be this side. Put the lid on that. Take that off. That goes on there. So there is a track. Yeah, it looks a bit better. As I say, what I'll do is I will either put some pins in. That'll that won't hold there, it'll spring down in a minute, I bet you. But and then put the tracks down onto these return rollers, so this has a bit of a track sag. And then I can start weathering up the track. And the weathering won't fall off the track, if you get what I mean. If I start putting like pigments and things on, as soon as I start come to put the track on, it'll fall off. So we could do it that way. The way that I'm going to join the track is just a simple staple, just an office stapler. Just put a staple in there, then you can hide the join below one of the wheels. Nobody will ever see it ever again. So I'll have that done for next week, and I'll also give this a coat of varnish, so I can, it's just a couple of decals to put on it, or decals, just a couple of those to put on it, and touch up with some paint, and then do some weathering. So I'll try and get that done between this week and next week, and then we can come back and do the weathering. But yeah, we've got all the tracks done tonight. I did think I'd get a little bit more done and perhaps finish it, but yeah, it leaves us with another week to do something. So that's that done. There's the track. Don't know if you can see it. Yeah, looks a bit more sort of metallic-y now. It does work. Just the track primer, and then some steel dry brushing. Oh, we get a nice track. Thanks, Colin. Yeah, lucky sweets, Colin. Thank you very much. Yes, but it's been a great chat tonight. Yes, it's been good because I've been itching to get back to the bench and just wanted to kick back and have a bit of a chat with you all tonight, which I've achieved and enjoyed it immensely. But anyway, it's 20 to 11 now. 10 minutes. You've had 10 minutes extra. Yes, so you better like and subscribe. Yeah, because I give you 10 minutes extra this week. So yeah, I might take it off next week, but never mind. But anyway, mind you, if it's been used in the sea, they might have rusted a gas quicker. Yeah, they would get a little bit of surface rust on it, but because it's constantly moving, it will get worn off. As I said, it's like when you see fishing gear and things like that, the moving bits sort of, they become a bit polished. They are rusty and dark, but they're a little bit polished. Right. Graham, the 10-year-old Forest Reserve is a good one to start with. The 21-year-old is amazing though. Flavours of burnt caramel, chocolate, and excellent. Yes, they're nice. It's, yeah, when you're getting up to 21-year-old though, they're getting a bit beyond my pocket. Yeah, whiskies that is. Yeah, we've got. Phil Lewis says, I just got a dram of the Deanston 12-year-old. Oh, well, I must try that one. I've heard of that. Yeah, but yeah, cool. Right. Ted, I can't finish till the whiskey's gone. I'll have that. I'll just savour that a little bit, and then while I sit back and think, whew, that's another live stream done, I'll have that final dram. But thank you very much. Right, I shall thank you all for joining me on this Wednesday night. It's been great to have so many of you along, and I have enjoyed the chat. Bit of nostalgia. As always, you know how I like doing the nostalgia bit. I do apologise for no volume at the start, but it seems to have sorted itself out now, but that's thanks to Windows and its updates. But anyway, thank you very much. I will see you all on Sunday because it's my Warhammer Day. Yes, yeah, I'm getting a bit stuck about what's doing that as well, but yes, so come along for the chat, enjoy yourself, and we'll have a bit more fun and a bit more chat, and we'll look forward to seeing you all again. But until then, till the meantime, don't forget, go along to Patreon if you want. Just for £1 you could join the crew and you can get access to all the sort of videos before everybody else does, and a little bit behind the scenes and anything else that I'm going to make a bit more Patreon exclusive. But thank you very much. It's been great to see you, and I hope to see you all next week. So take care of yourselves, take care of your family, and look after yourselves. So until next week, goodbye folks. Bye now.